Hey, it's Zakia, and this is Business Tech Unraveled. Today's episode is for every business owner who has ever asked the question, what does it really mean to be in the business of doing business? And instead of clarity, you got vague platitudes. Instead of direction, you got some mindset talk and some motivational quotes. And you walked away still unclear, still grinding, and still hoping that your hustle is the answer. This episode is not a riddle. It's the clarity I needed and couldn't get. So I went looking. So let's start with this. One book that was referenced is E-Myth Revisited, and it's all about the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur who is either operating as a technician or they're actually fully operating as a business owner. There's another step in, or a manager or a business owner. And being a technician is where most of us start because we love what it is that we do. So being a technician with a product or a service is not the same as running a business. And this is something that I've known for quite a while, but when it's paying the bills, it works until it doesn't. So you can be highly skilled, booked out, constantly busy, and still not be doing business. You're doing the work, but you're not running the operation of it all. So, what is the business of doing business? And here's the straight answer. It's when you move from doing the thing to building the system that delivers the thing without you at the center of every piece. And that means, of course, you have a team, but more importantly than that, it's the intimate knowledge of your business's operations. So you know your customer count and what that lifetime value is of each one. So if you get one customer today, what does that mean for your business? Are they a once and done? Are they a recurring customer? Do they need complementary products? You understand that through and through, and you can name it. Another thing is you have systems to bring in new leads and convert them. And that can be either automated or delegated. A lot on Business Tech Lab, we talk about having lead magnets and email marketing sequences and text message sequences and social media and going to pop-up shops. All of them are either to convert a customer or bring in new leads. And so that's a part of being in the business of doing business. Another thing is you track your revenue, your expenses, and your profit on a weekly basis, not just when it's time to file your taxes. And hopefully you're filing your taxes. We'll get to that on another episode because I've got some lessons there too. Another thing is you make time to work on the business and not just in it. And again, this is another one of those pieces of content where you hear people say work on your business instead of in your business, but never really tell you what that means. So we're going to give you some concrete examples of what that means and what that could look like in practice. And then most importantly, I'm heading on a trip in 2 weeks. And this is really a test of, am I truly in business? Can I step away and the business doesn't collapse? Do I have those systems in place where everything is going to continue to keep running without me being here to push the buttons, make the call, attend the meetings, and all of those things? So that's a part of the business of doing business. We didn't talk about the relationships that you build with customers, those unwritten rules, those meetings before the meetings, the celebrations that we have, all of those other pieces that make it human are not included in there. And they're often those unwritten things that I truly believe make a business successful. Now, if you're saying, okay, but how do I start? Here are 3 solid steps that you can take. Step 1, schedule 1 CE hour a week. No client work, no admin work, no technical work, just strategy, reflection, and planning. And ask yourself, when is the last time you did that? When have you stepped away from the doing in your business to the strategy of your business? Step 2 is start tracking just one number, just one. It can be your monthly revenue, your cost of goods sold, your customer retention rate, but make it a habit that you're tracking that number. And step 3 is to write down every repeatable task that you do and start creating simple standard operating procedures, also known as SOPs. Now, that's not because you're hiring yet, but because you need clarity before you can delegate or automate. And I talked to you all on another episode about my Notion system, and that is definitely coming full circle now that I'm reflecting on this last conversation that I had. And one thing, those 3 steps are not abstract. These are actions that shift how your business operates, even if you're still a team of one. Because here's the truth. We confuse motion with growth. We confuse presence with profit. And we also confuse visibility with viability. And if you've been wondering whether you're in business or just busy, you're not alone. I was asking the same questions and got answers that really spiraled instead of helped me solve that. But now I know the business of doing business is intentional. It's not a grind, but it's an actual structure. And I want you to have that same clarity. So I've put together a free resource, the Business of Doing Business Starter Guide. It breaks down the key areas: money, systems, customers, decisions, and strategy with simple questions and next steps to help you move forward. Download it now at businesstechlab.com. And if this episode helped bring language to what you've been feeling, send it to someone else who's been silently asking the same thing. Let's stop guessing and let's start building. I'll talk to you on the next episode.